All right, back with the WMAY Morning News Feed, 724. I'm Greg Bishop. Let's take a time now with another GOP candidate running for the gubernatorial nomination. We've been chatting with all of the GOP candidates throughout the week, and we've talked with State Senator Darren Bailey. We've talked with businessman Gary Rabine. We've talked with Jesse Sullivan, a Petersburg native. Now we talk with former State Senator Paul Schimpf, who's got a pretty incredible career dealing with everything from being a state senator to being over in Iraq as part of the team prosecuting Saddam Hussein. If you're not familiar with his background, definitely check that out. But he joins us now on the WMAY Morning News Feed. Senator, thanks for taking time with us. And how's the campaign going?
Well, good morning, Greg. Thanks for having me on. And everything is going really well with the campaign. Everywhere that we go, and I travel the entire state, the message is positively received. People are ready for a change in Illinois. They're ready for a new type of leader who's going to be able to unite our state and make sure that it's not business as usual in Springfield. So all is good on the campaign trail. It's really encouraging, just the response and the feedback that we've been getting.
So what are some of the major issues you feel that are driving people to say we need a change of leadership at the top?
Well, I think the number one issue right now is the issue of parents' rights. I really feel like people are seeing that they are losing their ability to determine their kids' education, healthcare, and maturity into adulthood. And this is an issue. This is not a traditional Republican issue. This is an American issue in terms of the idea that it should be the parents, not the government that is making these decisions, and people are very frustrated. So that's an issue that is bringing the people of Illinois together. I think the people of Illinois are also very frustrated with the amount of crime in our state and the idea that we're going to support law enforcement and try to have a government that can provide safe communities for us. Once again, that's not a Republican issue. That's an American issue, and the people of Illinois are expecting more out of their leaders.
We're talking with former State Senator Paul Schimpf here on the WMAY Morning News Feed. I'm Greg Bishop, and Paul is one of the 4 Republicans vying for the nomination. The primary's not until June of 2022. So there's still a lot of time before then. One of the things I've been asking some of the candidates, Paul, is the running mate, the lieutenant governor candidate. What are your campaign staff doing? What are you doing when it comes to looking for the right person to run alongside you as lieutenant governor?
Well, we've been having discussions with a number of individuals that I think would be a good fit. I'm looking for a lieutenant governor candidate who's really going to be a partner, somebody that can develop solutions for the state. I certainly think I want it to be somebody that is going to be able to provide some geographic balance from my perspective. But I think the most important thing is it has to be somebody that could be governor if they needed to step in, if something happened to me. This is somebody that I want as a full partner that's going to be able to help develop solutions and bring our state together. We're in discussions with a number of individuals, and I think we're going to wind up with a great running mate that'll really show that we are the ones that have the vision to unite our state.
Paul, there's been discussions in the past about the office of lieutenant governor not really amounting to too much and just kind of being an office. What would you do to set your lieutenant governor aside from what's been seen as the past as kind of just, somebody keeping a seat warm?
Well, when I was a state senator, it was always, you would have some meetings with the governor, and it seemed like the offices were kept separate. When I'm the governor of Illinois, my lieutenant governor is going to be in all the meetings. My lieutenant governor is going to be a full partner. It's going to be somebody who is able to step in if I'm not around, somebody that is going to be, a source of ideas and solutions for the state of Illinois. So I'm looking for somebody that's going to be a full partner, and that's the way I would treat, my lieutenant governor. I wouldn't just say, okay, this is a person that I put on the ticket in order to try to get a certain block of votes and then put them out to pasture. That's the furthest thing from what I'm looking for. We need people that can bring ideas to the table. We need people that can unify our state. We need people that have the experience that they can look at a problem, understand it, and then try to come up with a solution for Illinois.
State Senator Paul Schimpf with us, former state senator. He's running for the Republican nomination for governor here on the WMAY Morning Newsfeed. Today's veto session day was canceled. Both the House and Senate not coming back to Springfield today. They're back for 3 days next week. We've heard all kinds of things that could come up. Everything from the congressional maps to the even something that Representative LaShawn Ford raised with me earlier this week. He says he wants to give prisoners the right to vote. Republicans have been pushing for some kind of package of bills to give law enforcement more tools, but they're in the minority. If you were, I guess the question is, how do you bridge that gap? How do you break through that wall of the Democratic supermajority in the state of Illinois?
Well, the Republicans in the General Assembly have been doing, I think, a great job of putting some ideas out there and saying, look, if we had a Illinois legislature that was taking its job seriously, these are some of the things that we would be talking about in veto session. I mean, really, what we're going to see out of this veto session is it's going to be conspicuous by what it does not do. I mean, this is still yet an opportunity to clear up the ambiguities associated with Governor Pritzker's authority. This is another opportunity where we could provide some meaningful oversight to some of his failed pandemic policies, and that's just not going to happen. And that really that falls on Speaker Welch and President Harmon. They've really abdicated their responsibilities as leaders of the chambers of the Illinois General Assembly. So this is going to be, this veto session is going to be a lost opportunity. It's also going to be an opportunity, I think, where we showcase the Pritzker leadership deficit. J.B. Pritzker, when he was a candidate running for Illinois governor, promised the people of Illinois that we would, have an end to these politician-drawn gerrymandered maps. And we're not going to have that. This is an instance where J.B. Pritzker should be weighing in and saying, look, I made a promise to the people of Illinois. This process is absolutely unacceptable. Let's have a commission draw these congressional maps. Instead, it's going to be crickets chirping out of J.B. Pritzker. And he, in all likelihood, is going to once again break his promise to the people of Illinois by signing whatever gerrymandered map the politicians draw up. And, it's going to be apparent to everybody that every statement that comes out of J.B. Pritzker's mouth has an expiration date associated with it.
Senator, finally here, as we are a little late for news, but one issue that could come up also is ending the parental notification law for minors seeking to terminate a pregnancy. What's your stance on abortion, and how do you navigate the state of Illinois, which has some of the strongest abortion laws allowing for that medical procedure in the country?
I would not use the adjective strongest. I would use the adjective radical, extreme, possibly even embarrassing. In Illinois, you have right now the state of play in Illinois is you can abort a preborn child for any reason, no matter how repugnant that reason is, like gender selection. You can abort a preborn child up until the moment of birth and have it paid for by taxpayer dollars. That is extreme and radical. And when I'm governor, I will sign any legislation that moves us closer to the mainstream. I'm adamantly opposed to repealing the parental notification requirement that we have right now. The reason for that is it doesn't make any sense that on one day you will have progressives saying that children up until the age of 21 don't have the mental ability and the judgment to make a decision about vaping or smoking cigarettes. But yet on the very next day, they will say that, that a girl should be able to have an abortion without her parents even being notified. I will put up as a parent with a lot of stuff, high taxes, incompetent government. But when the state of Illinois tries to take away my ability to raise my my kids in the manner that I see fit in accordance with my values, that is something that I will not stand for or tolerate. So I am adamantly opposed to eliminating the parental notification requirement.
Former State Senator Paul Schimpf running to get the Republican nomination for governor. Greatly appreciate you taking the time this morning, and we'll connect again soon, all right? There's plenty of time between now and June of 2022.
We do have a long way to go, so I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
Take care. It is now 7:35, and Kevin Hart's patiently standing